Hey there. I want to ask you a simple question. What's the best decision you've made in the last 5 years? I'm going to bet big money that many of you picked decisions that led to good or perhaps great outcomes. Today, I want to talk about a concept that's both simple and tricky, resulting. It's this idea of judging a decision based on its outcome rather than the reasoning or process behind it. We do it all the time without realizing it, but here's the kicker. It's often a terrible way to evaluate things. So, I'm going to break it down for you, explain why separating the decision from the result matters, and give you 3 examples that'll make it crystal clear. Stick with me, it's worth it. And if you're liking this channel, I would love it if you would do me a solid and subscribe before we get going. So, what is resulting? Imagine you're playing poker. You go all in with a killer hand, say a full house. You're feeling good, the math's on your side, but then the other guy pulls a miracle card on the river and beats you. Did you make a bad decision? Most people would say, yeah, you lost all your chips, so obviously it was dumb. That's resulting, judging the decision by the outcome. But here's the thing, a good decision isn't about guaranteeing a win. It's about making the best call with what you know at that specific time. The result? That's often out of your hands. Why does this matter? Because life's messy. We deal with uncertainty every day, whether it's picking a job, investing money, or even choosing what to eat for lunch. If we only look at outcomes, we miss the bigger picture. Were we smart about it? Did we weigh the odds? Did we act rationally? Obsessing over results can trick us into thinking we're geniuses when we get lucky or failures when we don't, even if our process was spot on. So let's separate the two, decision and result, and see how it plays out in real life. First up, picture this. It's 2005 and you're an entrepreneur named Sarah. You've got an idea for a small online bookstore specializing in rare, used books. You do your homework. Market research shows people love physical books. E-commerce is growing, and there's a niche for collectors. You scrape together $50,000, build a website, stock inventory, and launch. Fast forward a couple of years, and it flops. Why? Because a little company called Amazon starts dominating with cheap prices and fast shipping, and then ebooks take off. Your business tanks, and you're out of cash. Now, if we judge Sarah by the result, we'd say, wow, terrible decision. She lost everything. But hold on, let's look at the decision itself. In 2005, Amazon wasn't the Amazon yet, and ebooks were barely a blip. Her research was solid, her niche made sense, and the trend supported her. She didn't know a digital revolution was coming. The outcome was bad, sure, but the decision, it was reasonable, even smart, given what she knew. Resulting would call her a failure, but separating the two shows she played her hand well. She just got unlucky with the cards. This happens all the time in business. Entrepreneurs take calculated risks, and sometimes the market shifts in ways no one could predict. If we only cheer the winners and trash the losers, we're missing the point. A good decision can still lead to a bust, and that's okay. It's not always about being psychic. Let's switch gears to sports, say American football. It's the Super Bowl, fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Your team's down by 3, and you're at the opponent's 1 yard line. You're the coach, and you've got a choice. Kick a field goal to tie the game, or go for a touchdown to win it, or at least go ahead. The data says field goals are near certainty, 95% success rate from that spot, but your offense has been super hot. Even if you get the 3 points, you'll be giving the other team 2 minutes to go down the field and score, while also knowing your defense hasn't been playing well and has been decimated with injuries. And to top it off, you've got a superstar running back who's been unstoppable the whole game. You call the run. The defense reads it perfectly, stuffs your guy at the line, and you lose the game. Fans go wild. What an idiot. Why not kick it? They're resulting. Because you lost, they assume the decision was garbage. But let's break it down. Your running back had been averaging 6 yards a carry that game. The defense was gassed and hurt. The play you called had worked all season. It was a calculated risk based on real-time info. The results stunk, no question, but the decision, it wasn't crazy. If that same play had scored, everyone would have called you gutsy and celebrated. Same call, different outcome. Sports are a goldmine for this. Coaches and players get judged by wins and losses, but so much is luck. Weather, refs, a bounce of the ball. A great call can fail, and a dumb one can work. Separating decision from the result helps us see the game for what it is, a mix of skill and chance. Last one. Let's bring it home with something personal. Imagine it's January 2020 and you've got $10,000 to invest. You're no Wall Street pro, but you read up on stocks, talk to a friend who's a financial advisor, and decide to put it all in a single company. Let's call it Zoom. Video conferencing is growing, you've been told. You think remote work is on the rise, but haven't verified it in any way. And Zoom stock is said to be cheap. You buy in at $70 a share. Then, bam, COVID hits. Lockdowns kick in, Zoom explodes. And by December, your $10,000 is worth $60,000. You cash out feeling like a rock star. People look at that and say, brilliant move, you nailed it. But were you brilliant or lucky? Let's rewind. In January 2020, you didn't know a pandemic was coming. Your decision to go all in on one stock was risky. Most advisors would have screamed, diversify. Sure, you think you understood a trend, but once again, you didn't verify, and you absolutely didn't predict a pandemic would supercharge it. The outcome was, in fact, a home run, but the decision itself, it could be classified as a gamble, not a masterstroke. If Zoom had flopped, or if COVID never happened, you'd maybe be broke, and people would call you reckless. Same choice, different result. This is huge with money. We love to pat ourselves on the back when investments pay off, but how much was skill versus dumb luck? Good outcomes don't always mean good decisions, and bad ones don't mean you're clueless. It's about the process, not the payout. So there you have it, 3 examples of resulting in action. Sarah the entrepreneur, the football coach, and the lucky investor. What ties them together? In each case, the outcome, success or failure, didn't fully reflect the quality of the decision. Sarah's bookstore was a smart bet, undone by timing. The coach's call was bold but defensible, even if it flopped. The investor hit the jackpot, but it wasn't pure genius. It was a roll of the dice that landed right. Here's the takeaway. Stop judging decisions by what happens after. Focus on what you can control, the info you have, the reasoning you use, the risks you weigh. Results are a mix of choice and chaos, and that's okay. Poker players don't win every hand, but the best one play the odds every time. Life's the same way. Next time you're kicking yourself over a bad call that didn't pan out, or patting yourself on the back for a win, pause. Ask, was the decision sound? Did I do my homework? If the answer is yes, cut yourself some slack. And if it's no, learn from it, not the scoreboard. Separating decisions from results isn't just logical, it's freeing. It lets you play the game, whatever it is, without letting the dice define you. Thanks for sticking with me. Now, go out there and make some good calls, whatever happens next. And if you liked this episode, I'd be more than appreciative if you'd give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.